Hello, this is Shanker Adawal, and after a very long time, I'm making a video. I'm happy about it. And today, a subject I've been talking more about my experiences in astrology. But one thing which I've not touched is medical astrology, which was mentioned to be by one of my colleagues that medical astrology is extremely important. Yes, it is important. So in medical astrology, the first thing I want to take up is cervical spondylitis. So that was the first thing which I had at the age of 40. And by God's grace, I'm okay today. I'm okay, I'm going because I keep on doing my physiotherapy. Now coming to the astrological aspect of cervical spondylitis. Cervical spondylitis is basically an issue which happens at the back of your head, the back of your neck. We have vertebrae from C1 to C1 to C7. I think there's seven vertebrae to there, 6 or 7. I'm not very sure, but I think there's 7. And in these 7 vertebrae, there is the muscles. There is the kind of a little bit of soft tissues which are there. The muscles and the soft tissues are there. More important is that from these muscles and soft tissues, the nerves travel. And it's a situation when these nerves get pressed, it creates problems. It creates giddiness, it creates issues in your hand, it creates pain. Most of the people say that it is pain and you don't take care of it. But then it increases and you have to do it. Let us understand the astrological combination which makes cervical spondylitis happen. My study says the most important house which governs this area is the 5th house. And the 5th house, of course, governs the stomach. The stomach part is also governed by the 5th house. So this is 5th house which is the issue here. And whenever you see there is a problem with the 5th house, the sign of Leo, that is the sign of Sun, the sign of Leo is important. Affliction of Sun, affliction of Mercury, because nerves are involved. Infection of Mercury. Now these things have to be seen in a cumulative way, and then a vector to be, finally a vector. Vector is analysis of the totality of the total thing. You come to a conclusion. Let's not be used the word a vector. It will be complicated. It becomes total this thing, a kind of a conclusion. So whenever you see that the 5th house has malefics, and I would say the malefics are Saturn, biggest malefics are Saturn and Rahu in this case. Even if the house of Leo is afflicted by Saturn and Rahu, it would create problems. Also remember, Mercury is very important here. And if Mercury is afflicted by Saturn and Rahu, and perhaps Moon, in fact, Moon is important. In my view, I've seen people say that Moon has got no animosity to Mercury. But my experience says that Moon is a planet which tries to fight with Mercury, creates problem for Mercury, not vice versa, which is controversial, which is different, but I can talk about. So, and because in cervical spondylitis, there are soft tissues and there are other kind of soft material which goes through. When the nerves go through them and they get pressed, it is cervical spondylitis. Therefore, remember thumb rule, look at the fifth house, if it is afflicted or not. Look at sun. Look at the sign Leo, if it is afflicted. I have seen that planets like Rahu or Saturn in the house of Leo creates cervical spondylitis, gives a tendency towards cervical spondylitis. Same is the case when it is in the fifth lord, and same is the case when Sun and Mercury are afflicted by the inimical planets. So when these 3 to 4 things happen, cervical spondylitis will come in your life. Now, when it comes, it would depend on your dashas of Saturn and Rahu, but also if the tendencies are there. I have seen that during the transits of Saturn and Rahu in the fifth house and in the sign of Leo, it gives the start of cervical spondylitis. I'm just talking about the transit. So that's another thing which I have seen. Medical astrology is one thing where you should study a little bit about what the disease is, how the disease is caused through various books we have these days. It gives you a snapshot of what the things are. And then understand the planets and apply them. As far as remedies are concerned, it is said that the planet of Munga, which is known as Mars, and Opal, which does create a positive impact and helps you in having more energy inside your body to take care of the issues. So this is my short video on cervical spondylitis. I hope I'll give you more videos on medical astrology after research. Thanks, bye for now. You can go to my website shankerstudy.com. You can contact me at 9818733000. Just give me your date of birth, place, time, date of birth, place, year, time, details, and the area which you want to see. I will try to answer it through a voice message. Thank you. Thanks for now. Have a good day. Supravat.